What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Cross Platform, episode number 11. Basically, we sit around here and talk about the nerdy news that we want to talk about during the week, along with some stories. And I apologize for the graphic nature of one story that may or may not be coming up later. But I am that one Heath, sitting with me as always, Gordy Mills.
Hey!
Mike on Skype. Mike on Skype. Say hello, Mike.
I don't know what the hell that was. It caught me off guard.
Yeah, that was a little intense. But so why don't we start off with what we did during the week this week? The only thing I really did was I went and saw Kong, the new King Kong movie, last night. It was pretty good. It was a visual spectacle. Big apes, big monsters, good monster fight. It had like one of the post-credit scenes, like every movie has these days, except for Logan.
Yeah.
Kind of setting up the whole rubber monster movie universe. Because there's gonna be a Kong versus Godzilla movie, and at the end, spoilers, I guess.
Is there gonna be a giant rat too?
Not that I'm aware of.
Like Rampage?
I don't think so. But yeah, so obviously, if you've listened to us before, spoilers. We go into spoiler-ish stuff for this and Walking Dead later. But the end post-credit scene of Kong, it's basically the scientists basically coming to the main characters of the movie saying, "Hey, there are more monsters out there," and they show them cave drawings of Mothra and Rodan and other rubber movie monsters that used to fight King Kong and Godzilla. But it was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. There wasn't a whole lot of like people acting. It was just a whole lot of shouting and running away and looking scared. But I do love me some Brie Larson.
I know they're coming out with a Power Rangers movie too.
That is the 24th.
Is that in the same universe?
I would love to see the Zord,
The Megazord.
Megazord fight Godzilla. I'm hoping for like that crossed over with Pacific Rim. Get everybody fighting each other.
Right.
That'd be awesome. I really hope the Power
All these
Ranger.
large buildings.
I really hope the Power Ranger movie is good. I want it to be good because I was like prime age for Power Rangers back in
Was
the day.
the show ever good?
No, of course not.
I mean, I guess if the movie's true to the show, it's gonna like suck in all the best ways.
Well, do you remember they made a Power Rangers movie before with like the original?
Yes.
With Ivan Ooze.
Yes.
AKA Apocalypse from X-Men.
Yeah.
People made fun of that. Anyways, I liked that movie back in the day when it came out, and I remember on a road trip, we had a van with a TV in it, me and a certain friend of ours that we've brought up on the show, watched the Power Rangers. We were probably 16 or 17, like old enough to know better, watch a Power Rangers movie on the way up to Michigan and loved it.
Nice.
But I really hope that Power Rangers movie is good because I do want to see it, and man, I hope it's good. I want it to be good. I doubt it will be.
I saw Power Rangers live one time.
That is something you should not admit.
Wait.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
like a Disney on Ice thing?
Yes, it's exactly.
Was it
Power
on
Rangers.
ice?
No, it wasn't on ice.
Oh man, that would have made it so much better.
It was on a stage at where the hell was it?
Is that kind of like Ninja Turtles
Expo
live?
Center, the Ohio Expo Center.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a lot like Ninja Turtles live.
I never saw that, but
I mean, they have helmets on, so like all they have to do is learn
crappy
an
martial arts
audio clip. They're not even talking. They just have to bob their heads to make it look like they're talking.
Right, like the show.
Right, exactly.
Did sparks fly off their chests?
I don't remember. This was a long time ago.
Okay, fair enough.
23.
23. All right.
Ago.
So, what about you? Anything exciting happened this week?
Yeah. I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast last week, but my garage door spring broke. So my garage was stuck closed for a few days. Got that replaced.
Did you do it yourself?
No, I didn't do it myself. I was too scared. And then I paid a guy to do it, and I'm watching him do it, and the whole time I'm like, "Yep,
I could
Totally
have
could have
done
done this myself.
that.
But he was
Was he real quick with the 2 sticks?
oh my gosh, he was really fast. And then he like lubricated all the hinges and wheels and was like
Yeah.
telling me about all this stuff I need to do to maintenance the door and how often it needs to be done. And he was like looking around. He goes, "You're a pretty handy person. I'm not gonna charge you to do it for you. I figure you can handle that on your own."
Uh,
And I'm like, "I
that's good,
probably
at
could have
least.
handled the springs too." And he's like, "Yeah, you probably could have, but if it went wrong, then you would have handled that too." And
Well, good. Now we know how to do it when we replace my door.
right, I might just send him your way. He was cheap.
Yeah.
Charged me like I think I paid $170.
Can you get me
Total.
Can you get me a garage door opener? That's all I really need.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I did that. Let's see. Didn't do a whole lot else. Bought a bunch of tools this afternoon and making knives and
Making
stuff.
knives.
Yeah. Put a stereo up in my garage. That was fun. Like a surround sound stereo. So nothing exciting. That's all just homeowner dad stuff.
No. Mike, I hear you have a story.
I mean, a couple things. I went and saw Get Out on your recommendation, and I would agree it's a great movie.
Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I keep
And
telling
apparently I live
everybody
on-
I talk to go see it.
Yeah, I would agree. It's great. Apparently I live under a rock because I just today found out there's the sequel to Trainspotting come out, and I'm pretty excited about that as well.
Yeah.
And then I guess I have a bit of a life pro tip, if you will.
Okay.
So the other day, my wife is experimenting with baking goods. She really likes to make cakes and cupcakes and things of that nature. So we tried sugar-free cake, right?
Okay.
Sugar-free ice cream, or not ice cream, icing as well.
Mm.
So she makes this stuff, and like we're eating it, and we're like, it's not bad. It actually tastes pretty decent. So we're eating a bunch of it. We let the kid eat a bunch of it because it's sugar-free, right? She's not even bouncing off the walls.
Right.
Then we're eating dinner, right? A few hours later, and yeah, it's like a battleground in your intestines. I don't know what happened, but all the bad things that could ever go through your stomach happened.
Oh God.
So I'm literally in the bathroom Google searching stuff, and me and my wife are texting each other back and forth from 2 different bathrooms in the house.
Oh my God.
And come to find out, the sugar substitute in the cake is called maltitol, Maltitol. If you ever see that as an ingredient, do not eat what it's in,
Okay.
because there's a warning label on the cake box that says overconsumption will cause laxative-like effects. That's a lie. Like 1 bite will cause laxative-like effects.
Now, be honest. How much cake did you fat kids eat?
All right, so I had roughly about 1 normal slice, not big, just normal.
Okay.
I think the wife had probably like 2 full slices because she made 2 cakes, different flavors, different icings, just to see which one worked out better.
Mm-hmm.
So she was taste testing a lot. She got it the worst.
Oh man.
And then the kid, we gave our daughter like a plate full of cake.
Oh my God.
Did she have any
Yeah.
accidents?
No. Well, she's still using pull-ups.
Oh, okay.
So she told us, she's like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. So she went to the bathroom. But dude, she was ripping farts left and right like all day.
Oh
So-
man.
You've heard about the Haribo sugar-free gummy bears, right?
Dude, I'm sitting on the toilet, right? And I look up the Haribo gummy bears, and I sent the link to my wife. I'm like, I hope this isn't what's happening. And then like 5 minutes later, I get a text back with that warning label my wife found. Because after I sent her that, she's like, oh no, let me look up the box. Yeah. And that's when we realized we're in a little world trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the maltitol syrup is what they use for the sugar-free gummy bears.
I believe it, dude. That stuff's nasty.
I'd never
I mean,
heard
it
about
tastes
the
good.
Haribo.
It's yummy.
No?
No.
Oh my gosh. So that is an effect of like the gummy bears, and on Amazon was a really big bag of sugar-free gummy bears, and like the reviews are some of the you know how a lot of Amazon reviews become comedy gold.
Right.
Yeah, those are those are some of the best reviews I've ever seen. People saying things like this was a very moving experience, and 10 out of 10 for colon cleansing or something
Oh my god.
along those lines.
Well, I don't eat Haribo gummy bears because anything gummy is disgusting, and Haribo is the worst. But
I feel like you guys need to eat some now, just so we could
No,
all be part of the
I'm
same club.
good. I have enough issues as it is. I do not need to add that to the list.
I've
It's quite the
seen this.
experience.
I've seen it before, but if I was going to do something like that, I would probably have to document the process.
That
Well, this
sounds
comment, I mean,
horrifying.
We had no idea what was going to happen,
Oh, sure.
and then it happened, and then it was not fun.
No.
Top positive review for the Haribo sugar-free gummy bears. Ideal gift for your congressional representatives.
Yeah, I've had enough pooping my pants experience for one lifetime. I don't need to add to it on purpose. Well, I'm sorry that you guys were pooping your pants. That's unfortunate. I mean, I feel bad
Yeah.
for the kid,
Yeah.
not the
Oh, dude,
unsuspecting victim. Why did you
she
do
was
this to
fine.
me? Yeah, well, that's
She
good.
she was ripping them up and then laughing about them. It's pretty funny.
Well, that's at least you did it, unintentionally, and it was a live and learn situation. I gave myself food poisoning a couple weeks ago
Yeah.
just by not cooking chicken properly because I never learned how to adult.
Did you tell me about
Wait,
that?
what?
I didn't tell you about that?
I know you told me about the time you had to leave work and then you threw up on the way home.
Yeah, that was the start of what I've figured out was me giving myself salmonella poisoning probably.
Oh.
Because I made chicken for the first time in a long time the night before. Delicious. Very juicy. Probably because it wasn't cooked all the way. I thought it was done. It looked done. I didn't have a meat thermometer handy, so I have one now, but I haven't been brave
Good.
enough to cook chicken since. But I spent good 2 days catching up in my reading on the porcelain throne.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was awful. It was awful. So yeah, that's why I don't cook.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's another
Oh,
kind of. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say all you need is a thermometer and 165.
Well, yeah, now I got that now.
165. I cook my chicken at 140.
I'm gonna cook mine at
I'm just
200.
Wait,
joking.
what?
I'm just joking. I'm joking. I'm totally joking.
Oh my gosh.
160 though. I will do 160 for chicken.
Ugh.
Nah, I like to see it hit 165. I don't let it sit there for too long, but once it hits that, I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how long it takes me to sack up and try to cook it again. The chicken was really good though. But
That's good.
so here's something to make you feel old. I don't know if you guys ever watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
No.
the TV show. It turned 20 this week, and that makes me feel real old because I loved that show. I still love that show. I'll watch it probably. I've watched it all the way through, all 7 seasons, probably 5 times. Don't know why. It's just one of those shows that I can watch over and over and over again.
I watched a lot of shows that all of those actors went on to act in.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
only think of 2 right now though.
I kind of want to sometime this year, like put together for the 20th anniversary, put together my top 20 episodes list. So you may have to help me with that at some point. But my main kind of topic before we get into Walking Dead stuff.
I got one I wanted to mention before you go into this.
Okay.
Did you guys see that interview? The professor that was living in South Korea talking about the South Korean president getting impeached. And he's doing like his first live interview on BBC from home. And like while he's doing this interview, his kids bust into the room and like just start the show right up. Like, yep, I'm a kid. I'm coming to say hi to my dad.
I'm waving my arms around. I'm just walking in
Yeah,
like a cartoon
I showed
character.
you before.
Yeah.
Mike, did you see that video?
No, I didn't. I saw screenshots of it on Reddit, and I meant to watch it, but I never saw it.
You need
It's
to
pretty
see
dang
it.
funny.
The guy's name is Robert Kelly, Kelly. And if you just Google Robert Kelly interview, you'll find the video. But
I'll try to put a link in the description so
like,
you guys can see it too. If you,
I watched it at work, and I was like in tears, laughing so hard, and I had other people asking me like, "What the heck are you watching?" And I told them, and I showed them, and then they were in tears, laughing so hard. It it was, I think, one of the funniest videos I've seen in a long time.
just
And,
the timing of it was just so good.
It's like the comedic timing is perfect, and the fact that there's, you know, threes, that there's like three kind of deliveries. I mean, it's just perfect. Yeah. First, you see the older kid. Are you watching it, Mike, or no?
No, not yet.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
as all this chaos is happening behind him, he doesn't turn away from the interviewer.
Right.
And he's still facing the camera, trying to push the kid away. And then he's just like, a moment hits him where like, yep, this is happening. And he kind of closes his eyes for a second. He's like, this is my life. This is what's happening right now. There's nothing I can do. It's just, yeah, it was really, really funny.
But I mean, the video is going viral, but I think, I don't think it reflects poorly on him at all.
No. I don't think that. It's one of those things.
It's, oh my gosh, it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first kid comes in, and then, you know, the kid comes strutting up, just walking right up, and then, you know, see this other kid walk in like a walker, and then mom comes sliding in like Kramer,
Like trying to stay out of the frame. She's like
grabs the
crawling on the
kids,
floor.
yanks him back out of the room, like tries to yank him back out of the room, gets him out of there, and then like crawls back in on her hands and knees, trying to be all sly, but you could totally see her, and then she like pulls the door shut.
That's
Yeah,
really
no,
good.
it was.
I'll try to put a link to one of the videos in the descriptions if you guys want to check it out too. And I forgot about one more thing. So on this week's installment of Beauty and the Butthurt, I saw an article earlier this week saying that Russia was going to ban the Beauty and the Beast movie. But I looked at the article right before we started recording, and apparently there's been an update. The head of the Ministry of Culture's film department said the film will be now given a 16 plus rating, which is, I'm assuming, essentially rated R in that country.
Yeah.
Which I just think is funny and ridiculous, but I know they're kind of negative on the whole homosexuality
Right.
thing over there. But it's I mean, I don't even know what to say. That's just so dumb, so backwards.
They made a movie rated R because a character
May or may not
questions
be. Yeah.
questions his sexuality.
I'm really I want to go see it because it looks like a fun movie, and I want to see what
Let's see
the
what all the
scene
fuss
is. If
about.
it's just a little clip that has been going around, then that's nothing.
Right.
I don't know if I would have even picked up on that even had I watched it just without knowing all this crap. But, you know, whatever. That's the world we live in, apparently. Everyone gets upset about everything. But so yeah, one of my main topic for tonight is a movie theater in our hometown is closing its doors. It's been this iteration of this movie theater is like one of those eat in, like you can order food and sit down
Right.
and eat. But before that, it was, you know, just legit movie theater
Not just food.
with seats.
Booze.
Well, yeah.
You can watch your movie with booze, which
Which-
was a real game changer for me.
I didn't really like the theaters that serve you food because you got servers walking in front of you
Right.
and people clinking and clanking. I want to go into a movie theater and I want to sit down and I want it to be silent and watch movie going experience. But anyways, but before it was, the restaurant, it was just a normal movie theater. And it was basically the place to be and the place to hang out, at least. I don't know how it is with other towns around the world, but 7th, 8th grade, you'd go to the movie theater, you'd maybe see a movie, but you'd definitely be standing outside the movie theater until whatever you had to go home.
Yep.
And that movie theater for me in particular, was like where I really fell in love with cinema. I remember it was 1993, I think, going to see Jurassic Park with my dad and my sister, and movie just blew my mind. And from that point on, I could not watch enough movies. I wanted to see everything that I could. I wanted to learn about movies. I wanted to, it was just one of those moments in my life that I won't forget. I knew that was a turning point for me when it came to cinema. And I don't know, it's just it's I know it'll probably be bought by somebody else and reopened and whatever. But it's kind of weird to know that a landmark for me, and I don't know, probably for a lot of people, is kind of going away. And I didn't know if you guys had any movie theater stories or anything like that. I know I have a couple.
Yeah, I mean, I used to love going to that same theater, and it's true. You'd spend more time standing outside than you would actually watching a movie. Either that or it playing in the arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like you might go with like a friend or two, but you would see half your school there. Yeah, no, those were fun days. I think that was where I went to see the first movie I went to by myself, like with a friend, but without parents. That was Mask,
The
Jim
Mask.
Carrey. I don't know that I have any other like good stories from that theater. I got some good stories from other theaters though.
Well, it doesn't have to be just that theater. It could be any theater. Just movies in general. Movie theaters.
I went to a movie with I took a girl that I was interested in to go see a movie middle of the week, Wednesday night. The movie was Little Nicky. We were the only two people in that theater. And yeah, things happened.
Things happened.
I went in there a boy and I came out
Man.
slightly older boy.
The only movie that I've ever been to that's been just me and the other person was Coyote Ugly, because she wanted to see Coyote Ugly. That's the only time it's ever happened.
Did you watch the movie?
Yeah, well, yeah, she was just a friend. But yeah, I'm surprised that that's never happened to me more, considering how many times I've gone to movies. But so there was this one, I was going to see Bicentennial Man.
Mm-hmm.
I was dating this girl, or just starting to try to date this girl, when one of my ex-girlfriends suggested that we go on a double date because her and this new girl were friends. And I thought that was fine. It was cool. Enough time had passed and we were all friendly. I never met her boyfriend, and we weren't driving at this point, so we all had to be dropped off. So, ex-girlfriend talking to my date, explaining to her where the movie theater was. It was her responsibility, for whatever reason, to tell my date where the movie theater was. So I get there, and my ex is there, and she tells me, hey, her boyfriend couldn't make it. I'm like, oh, well, that sucks. Okay. So we're standing there, we're waiting. And my date doesn't show up. And I'm like, well, that's weird. And she's like, well, since we're here, do you just want to go see the movie? And I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. So we go see Bicentennial Man. Come to find out later, I get home and there's like messages. This is before cell phones, kids.
Right. I was thinking like, why didn't you just call her?
Before cell phones. So I get home and like there's like 3 messages for me when I get home from my date saying, hey, where are you guys? Because she apparently used the payphone to call my house. It's like, I've been waiting here and I don't see you and blah, blah, blah. My ex-girlfriend gave her the wrong movie theater. Told her to go to the wrong movie theater.
Huh.
And, you know, she denies it to this day, but her date didn't show up and my date ended up at
Maybe
another
she
theater.
told her date to go to the wrong theater too.
Who knows? But I will never forget that. That was a pretty slick move on her part. But yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, you got anything?
As far as movie theaters go, not really. They weren't really. I guess you could say a big part of my life.
Every time
The
I
first
forget
movie I
this
went
is
to
awesome.
was what?
Nothing. I just got a text message that's probably going to show up on or in the episode.
I do remember the first movie I saw was actually Little Mermaid. I went with my aunt and my mom. That was the first movie, and
Oh,
for some
nice.
reason, like that just sticks in my mind. Like I won't forget it.
Yeah. I wish I remembered mine.
I was like, oh, I remember the first movie I went to in the theater. It was The Lion King. And I was old. I think I was like 9 or 10.
Yeah, I remember where I saw The Lion King.
And the reason, like, I was so excited that I got to go see the movie in the theater. The reason it took till I was like 10 to see it was because I was like super restless and antsy, and like I couldn't sit still for an hour and a half. So yeah, I would get bored or like it just
Yeah.
it wasn't. I couldn't sit that long.
I remember my first rated R movie that I got into the legitimate way. My dad took me to see the re-release of The Exorcism,
Oh wow, yeah.
and that was awesome.
Yeah, The Exorcist.
Or yeah, The Exorcist. Sorry, I got Exorcism of Emily Rose and Exorcist
Right.
mixed up in my brain. But that was the first rated R movie I got into legitimately, and that was even before I was able to get into rated R movies. So he like
Right.
took me as a consenting adult. I was at the movie theater back when Sausage Party came out.
Yeah,
Um,
we saw that.
I've never seen it,
That was
but
a
we
great
were
movie.
we were going to see another movie, and in front of us was a dad and his daughter, I think, and the daughter couldn't have been more than 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, 2 for Sausage Party," and the guy behind the window was like,
I can't let you do that.
"Are you going in? Are you buying for someone else?" He's like, "No, it was me and my daughter." He's like, it's like it's rated R." He's like, "Yeah, it's a cartoon though, right?" It's like, "Yeah, but it's pretty graphic." He's like, well, how bad? How bad is it? He's like, "Yeah, it's pretty raunchy. It's pretty violent. It's got a lot of sexual stuff." He's like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't know that." I was like, come on, dude.
Like, didn't you say a guy from your work like trolled the box office people doing the same thing?
No, I was telling you about a story where a movie theater accidentally ran the trailer for Sausage Party during a kids movie like previews. You remember that story?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I
Like
remember
the red band trailer or like the normal trailer?
No, it was the full like the red band trailer, like
Yeah.
the full uncensored trailer.
Oh, wow.
And they ran it in front of a kids movie.
That's
It
hilarious.
was like Finding Dory or something.
I don't remember.
That's really
But
funny.
I thought you were saying that one of your coworkers was going to see some other movie with his kid, and he was just messing with the ticket person. Was like, "Yeah, let me get 2 for Sausage Party." The guy's like, I can't let you do that."
I tell you what, though,
Yeah,
it's I couldn't tell if this guy was trolling or not.
Yeah.
It's hard to say because he didn't buy another ticket to another movie, so it makes me think he
Oh.
wasn't. So they just
Oh.
left.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I will say that I've never been more close to getting into fights than inside of movie theaters.
Yes. Yes. Me too.
Oh my God.
But that's-
When we saw Kong the other night, there was a man and a woman sitting behind him, and this woman would not shut the fuck up. And every time I even got up and like turned around and looked at them. And like, I kid you not, she was talking to the whole freaking movie. And I thought, if not for me, Tyler would have beat the piss out of these people.
Yeah. Mine also has to do with being able to drink in movie theaters.
Yeah.
I'm not normally that scrappy. I'm normally the, talk your way out of things. Talk your way out of conflicts and situations.
Right.
But yeah, we went to The Wolf of Wall Street, which like that movie just made me like rowdy and scrappy for some reason. And I was drinking. And yeah, the guy behind us kept kicking the chairs and talking through the whole thing, and he was drunk too. And then my friend that we went with is like military, and he turns around and says, "You please be quiet." And then turns back. Happens again, second time. "Will you please be quiet? I'm trying to enjoy the movie." Turns back around, and then the third time he stands up. They get in like a shouting match, and my friend's wife like pulls him down and tells him to be quiet. And the guy's like, "Yeah, listen to your wife." And then like a couple minutes later,
did she go, "Okay, fuck him up"?
No,
that would have been awesome.
A couple minutes later, he's talking again, and I turn around and just like stare at him, give him like this dead stare, and he looks at me like, "What?"
Did you just stand up?
I stood up, and then I went down to the front, and I saw like a guy, like a worker, standing there at the bottom, and I start talking to him, telling him like, this guy's being really obnoxious and disruptive. And then he comes down and he starts talking, and like he's like, his friend's cussing at me, right in front of my kid. And I'm like,
Wolf of Wall Street?
Don't talk like you're a model parent,
right?
And the guy's like, let's take this out in the hall, and like the usher guy's like, let's take this out in the hall, and this guy was like, yeah, let's take this out, and he like puts his hand on my chest to start like pushing me backwards, and like I grabbed him by the wrist and threw his hand back, and I'm like, we're not gonna make this physical.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's like, no, you're right, we're not, sorry. And we start walking out there, and I hear him like saying shit like, I don't know, just because you're bigger than me, just because you're taller than me doesn't mean I couldn't take you in a fight, or like something like that. And then we get out there, and he's like telling the guy that he's an attorney, and he knows his rights and all this stuff. And I'm like, I just want to watch a movie, I'm not trying to do anything. Then this guy has to go and put his hands on me.
Yeah.
And the usher's like, wait, he put his hands on you? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, do you want to press charges? And this guy's like, oh, that's not necessary. I don't think we need to do that. I'm like, I really just want to finish this movie, but if he keeps it up, let's talk about that.
There's just a social contract that you agree to when you go to a movie theater. Now, granted, in situations where there's food and drink, a little bit of noise is to be expected. But if you're sitting there and you're on your phone, on speakerphone with the person that you're talking to, oh yeah, that's happened to me before. You should not be allowed out in society if you can't follow a movie. It's just one of the things I believe in my soul. Movie theaters, sacred place to me. And if you can't adhere to those rules, you're broken inside somewhere. It's easy to teach somebody to respect the sanctity of the movie theater. Mm-hmm. And I know I'm sounding super out there, but I mean, I'm not as serious as I sound. But it's so simple. And if you can't follow that just simple rule that everybody knows to be the true and normal thing to do, it blows my mind that you have such disregard for other people's just whatever. And I don't understand how people can just be so blatantly just pieces of shit.
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten people removed before.
Right.
It's not hard to do, but it sucks because like their interruption causes you to miss parts of the movie. And then when you have to get up out of your seat and go find somebody,
right,
to, I don't know, be a crybaby or whatever, you miss part of the movie as well.
Yeah, I'm not one to like get up and go tattle. I will turn around and be like your friend did, like ask nicely.
Yeah.
There's only been one time where I got up and like walked towards the person, like yelling, like shut the fuck up. And that was because they were just being absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
But yeah, it's one of those things that will get me triggered faster than anything else. Is talking in movie theater. I don't know why. That's just how I am.
Talking loud enough that other people can hear you.
Right, you can whisper whatever, not
Like,
through the whole
whisper to
movie.
the person you came with or whatever, but like, right. Keep your phone away. If you have to take a phone call, step out.
Right.
Go
Don't
out
put
in
it
the
on
hallway.
speakerphone, and don't tell them, "Nah, I'm okay." Like if they ask, like, "Are you busy?" They're like, "No, I'm okay." I almost lost my mind.
I think you probably would have had an entire theater backing you up if you decided
right.
to try to go for something.
But you never know movie theaters anymore. They're kind of wild and
Yeah.
crazy places. When we were there the other night, they had to cancel a showing because something happened in the movie theater and 2 people got taken out in handcuffs.
It was the Lennox, wasn't it?
Yeah. What happened?
That doesn't surprise me. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I thought maybe there was on the news or something.
It was a Friday or Saturday night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. That's the Lennox on Friday or Saturday night.
I've never. That's usually my go-to place where that's usually pretty mellow. But
Depends on the movie.
I guess it was. I'm not even gonna say that. Never mind.
Enough said.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna say that. But yeah. Don't talk in movie theaters. That's the point of this conversation. All right. Well, do you guys want to talk about this night's episode of Walking Dead?
I guess.
It was better than last week.
You
I
summed
think.
it up perfectly.
Yeah. So at the end of the episode,
when King Ezekiel says
we have to fight, but not today.
Not today.
I feel like that is the perfect
That's the motto of this season. That's the motto of this fucking show.
Of the show here recently. It's just, I just want to see Shiva eat somebody. Can I just see Shiva fight something, please? That's all I want. But this was a decent episode. I'm not gonna hate on this episode too much. Last week was a struggle. This one was a little bit better.
Dude, you called Benjamin's death well before it happened.
I know, that's just how I watch TV. I see things coming and it sucks.
Mike, we're watching this.
I could write this shit.
And Heath's like, oh, I hate they're giving him a story.
Like he brought in the painting. They had the little moment with his brother. He asked Carol to like have Carol train him.
Right.
And then she said no, which forced him to go on the run.
He's like, they're giving him a story. That means he's going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
I did. Yeah. I see a lot of things coming when I watch shows, and that's why people don't like watching TV with me.
No,
It's like when they have a character that isn't a main character and they want to kill them off, they got to give them like a little spotlight before they do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of see when that happens.
If you, watch as much TV as I do, you see the formula coming, unfortunately, a mile away.
Right. My wife's the same way.
Yeah.
So a lot of times she can say lines before they say it.
I do the same thing.
She knows what the dialogue is going to be.
Yeah. So yeah, this episode mainly focused around one drop off that the kingdom was doing with the saviors, surrounded by one melon. That's kind of how I sum up this episode. But we got some like kind of character evolution moments. See how truly desperate Richard is to get everybody to start fighting.
Right.
So far as to sabotage the drop.
That was pretty messed up.
I understand his thought process. The fact that he thought it was going to be him that got punished because they blatantly said it the episodes before.
Right.
But we've seen this fail twice now with Rosita trying to kill Negan, figuring if she failed, they'd just kill her. And she was okay with that. Not the case. And then this one, And then they shoot Benjamin in the leg over a melon.
Over a melon.
But
it looks like they didn't actually want to.
Well, I think when he gave the order to kill somebody, he just assumed he was gonna kill who he was pointing the gun at.
Right.
So he kind of went rogue, and at the end of the episode, he was pretty pissed off. The leader of the Saviors was pretty pissed off at his own man, telling him to walk back before he kills him himself. But it was just, I mean, I liked, Benjamin fine. He didn't have a whole lot of spotlight, but and I feel like
him up.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why they try to give you a little emotional tie to him before what went down. And because of this, kind of dragged Carol back into the mix of things.
Yep.
Which is, I like.
Yeah. That and her finding out about her friends.
Yeah.
That was the catalyst.
That was kind of that reveal was kind of a letdown to me.
It was. It was.
She didn't really, I don't know if it was the way that Morgan told her or the fact that she didn't have nearly the emotional response I was expecting her to have. It didn't feel very satisfying that this big secret was revealed. But
I think Morgan's about to lose his mind if he isn't already.
Yeah, that was a really cool moment, I thought, where he kind of after Benjamin died, he kind of went off back on the street and kind of had a little breakdown, kind of reverting back to his, crazy days when Rick found him in that town that he had all booby trapped. But yeah, he was losing it. But I think he's kind of reached a crossroads. He's kind of left that whole Zen behind.
Yeah. I find it interesting, that Richard was the one saying, you're going to have to kill somebody.
Right. I like how, the full circle there. But Mike, did anything jump out at you in this episode? Like,
yeah, you always catch stuff that we miss.
Yeah, that's...
I only did that once, I think.
Nah, well.
I don't think I really caught anything. I enjoyed the episode, that's for sure.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw the carts in the street, I was like, "Oh man, he set this up." Like I knew it was him because he was burying his daughter's backpack in the ground.
The only thing with that threw me off was the timeline was kind of weird. How they started the episode.
Oh yeah, me and my wife were like, "Why are they packing one melon?"
Right.
And then it made sense when it got to that part.
Right.
But
yeah, I thought they were making doing that to make a statement.
Right. That's what I thought too.
We're done with your shit. Take your melon and go home. And then they get there and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be crazy. Then he's like, there's only 11. I'm like, there's 11. I thought there was only one.
Right.
And then when that girl was breaking the news about the crops.
Oh my gosh, that was so
burned, good. And she's like, I think I pissed myself.
that was funny and kind of strange.
I'm good where I'm at. Yep.
But and they hit Jerry. They hit Jerry in the head. I wasn't okay with that. I love Jerry. If Jerry dies, I'll be very upset.
Yeah.
Just let him eat his apple pie and live in peace and carry his giant axe. I'm waiting for him to just go full barbarian mode.
Yeah.
To drop the whole nice guy thing and finally just go beast mode on something.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, he carries around that big axe.
Right. I get a very of Mice and Men vibe from him. He's like Lenny, just big and super sweet until he starts killing people.
Yeah.
But I did like how Morgan kind of fulfilled Richard's wish.
Right.
Like he wanted to be the one to die to get this thing started.
Yeah, and maybe that's what he was doing.
And it's crazy to me that Morgan, has had this whole Zen, I won't kill anybody thing. And he pretty much killed him in the most personal way you can kill somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Just choking the life out of him. And basically stood up and gave the same speech that he was about to give to the saviors.
Right.
Like, we get it. We know what we have to do now. Yada, yada, yada. And now they're going to go back and be in their good graces, but prepare to fight. Someday. Not today. There's only 3 episodes left.
Not next Sunday.
Right.
Not the Sunday after that. And it'll be the Sunday after that. Because we still have to.
Maybe not.
Yeah, and maybe not. Yeah, maybe they'll be just getting ready to fight, and that'll be the cliffhanger for the end of the season. Which, wow, how I will be very upset if that's that's the case.
Yeah. I don't know. What would it take to get us to stop watching?
Oh, I mean, there's nothing. It's
at this point,
I can't not watch. I'm too invested.
Right, whatever. We'll just talk about other stuff.
I'm too invested in the show. I'm too invested in the comics because I want to see how they're going to interpret stuff. Because there's a real boring period in the comics about to happen. That I'm curious as how the show is going to. The fair and the building of their communities.
They're going to meet the Whisperers as soon as.
I mean, let's hope so. They'd have to keep the someone to battle momentum going. They're going to have to skip a whole bunch of the rebuilding process that happens in the comics. I would think.
I bet the dumpsters are going to become the Whisperers.
Man.
A lot of people I talk to say no.
I keep forgetting about them. I keep forgetting that they're a part of this.
They're people that are they're willing to do what they have to do to stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes changing their ways, as we've seen. And they're already okay with living in filth and living in awful smelling conditions all the time. So if there was ever going to be people, and they already seem to have this weird caste system going for them.
Mm.
If there was ever going to be people that were going to be okay walking around in the skin of zombies, and figuring out how to live among them, I think it would be them. And if there was going to be the true alpha and beta style leaders, it would probably be them as well.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not. I like that they're.
I hope not too. I want them to become friends, and
I mean, not necessarily that they can be an enemy, but just at some point. But I still want the Whisperers to be a thing. I don't want them to turn into them because the reveal of the Whisperers in the comic was so good.
Yeah.
And there are some people
Lydia?
speculating.
Is that her name?
What?
Lydia? Is that her name?
I don't remember. Oh, in the
Alpha's daughter?
Yes.
Yeah. We need her. I didn't see any kids in the dumpsters.
Right. And there's people speculating that the Whisperers have already been introduced. We just don't know that they're there. That they're there in with the dead, but we don't know that that's them. And when they get introduced, they will be showing interactions that we've had with the Walking Dead before, but from the Whisperer's point of view. Like going back in time, showing that they've been there the whole time. That's some people's speculation.
Interesting.
That would be really cool, I think. Like go back to some of the battles that they've had, like at the prison or, the big horde that was in the
freeway?
No. That place where all the rocks live, the quarry.
Oh, yeah.
How that was their stockpile of walkers.
Okay.
But
all right.
So I think that'd be a cool way to reveal it, like seeing things that have happened in the past, but from the perspective of Whisperers that were in with the dead. But that's just a theory. A cool theory, but a theory nonetheless.
We got to get you caught up on the comics.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. I have a hard time actually reading through them.
Yeah. So I was thinking about what all still needs to happen to get, because we only have 3 episodes left. We got to get more guns for the trash people. We got to get Seaside.
Okay, that brings up a good point though.
Mhm.
Richard's stash is now
Oh, his trailer.
available, and the only person that knows about it is Daryl.
Did he not take? Did he not take Morgan there?
I don't think
Okay.
so.
And oh yeah, I guess he did take Daryl, or he told Daryl.
They took Daryl.
Did he?
Yeah.
So yeah, so we got to get Seaside. We got to get Trash People more guns. We have to have a meeting of Hillside, Kingdom, and Rick's group.
Mm-hmm. So, if I had to guess, next episode's going to be... Oh, they showed us what next episode was going to be, didn't they?
Kinda.
What was it?
It was something to do with the hilltop and Sasha and.
Oh yeah, they come looking for Daryl.
Yeah.
But they don't know Maggie's still alive.
The saviors, you mean?
Correct.
Right.
So Maggie and Daryl are there, which means they got to hide 2 people.
That's true.
So that's going to be really interesting.
I do like that we're gonna be
Yeah.
seeing, what's his face, Mr. Ogg back again. Steven, Jared,
And that's
what's his from GTA?
Oh, yeah. Stephen Hawk, Trevor.
Trevor.
and not only do they have to hide 2 people, but they have to hide them also from the spineless leader who tried to rat them out one time
Right.
already.
That's very
right.
true. So hopefully it'll
Jesus will save him.
be. Yeah.
Jesus.
And it
always
looks like
saves.
they're I mean, from the trailer, it looks like they're letting in more walkers into the hilltop.
Yeah.
So I have to see how they deal with that. But yeah, I'm wondering what the fallout will be, presumably, or if they do find Maggie and Daryl.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, so there's a bunch of things that need to happen in these 3 episodes, along with a fight of some kind, maybe.
Right.
Which, if the formula keeps going, it's not going to be.
If the formula keeps going, maybe the hilltop and Oceanside are going to happen in the same episode.
Maybe. Or we're going to get right up into the battle, and then the first episode of the next season is going to be the battle, which is kind of
Oh,
what
I fucking hope not.
which is kind of what happened this past season. It's just it's a backwards way to have the show go these last couple seasons. Have it all happen at the beginning and then build up until the end. I
Quick
don't
way
know.
to frustrate your viewer base.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but we're still there.
That's
They
that's the thing.
frustrated us last season.
I don't
but
know.
we're still here.
Out of my group of friends, I don't know anybody that stopped watching. So
I don't. The only thing that made people stop watching that I'm aware of is the eyeball.
Ugh. Whatever. People need to get over that.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all I really have to say. I mean, I would give this episode a B-. If I had to give it a grade. But
Yeah, I'd say C.
yeah.
Maybe C plus.
I'll go with B+.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Okay. But yeah, well, I'm interested to see what happens, and I'm interested to see how they're going to wrap up these last 3 episodes, because it's coming pretty quickly. And yeah, unless anybody else has anything, I know this is kind of a shorter episode, but there just wasn't a whole lot to talk about. We might just wrap it up there.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys, and as always, you can get us on Facebook and on YouTube. We will post this up as soon as we get it edited and put up. But have a good week, and for me, that one, Heath.
40 mils.
Bye.
We will catch you next time.